Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're sharing a war story almost nobody knows, about a hero whose bravery was erased after the fighting ended. Night rain hits the road as Tomas waits alone, holding a broken radio, knowing one choice tonight will decide who lives and why his name will vanish. Boots approach in the dark forest, and Tomas hides his breath, remembering the order he was given and the faces he promised to protect before dawn. He is a simple farm boy turned messenger, trusted with codes, maps, and silence. Because he runs fast, listens well, and never asks why later. Tonight his mission is clear. Carry a warning across enemy lines, or obey command, and leave a village trapped between fire and fear at dawn tonight. He remembers the officer's voice, flat and cold, saying, "Orders save armies, not children." And silence afterward felt heavier than any gun in his shaking hands. Tomas steps from cover, choosing speed over safety, as flares rise behind him, painting the trees white and exposing every fear inside his chest tight. Gunshots crack, bullets tear bark, and Tomas runs blind, counting steps, mud, and breath, knowing one stumble will erase his chance forever right now. Tonight, a wounded soldier grabs his leg, begging for help, and Tomas freezes, knowing stopping means failure. But leaving means carrying another ghost forever in his mind. He pulls free and runs, shame burning hotter than fear, promising himself the warning must save someone, or this choice will destroy him one day soon. By dawn he reaches the ridge, hands over the message, and watches guns turn, stopping in ambush seconds before soldiers would have died screaming in flames. Cheers never come, only orders to move, and Tomas sees the officer essays change, like fear replaced things, and a secret took shape right there. That night, Tomas is locked inside a tent, questioned Hartola's run broke a larger plan, and saving lives today may doom many tomorrow. He argues with shaking words, saying orders forgot faces, but the officer stays calm, writing notes, deciding Tomas is now a problem to erase later. Weeks later, the war ends, noise fades, and Tomas comes home quietly, medals missing, records blank, while others march with names carved in stone forever. At a government office, a clerk tells him there is no file, no service, no proof, and suggests he stop asking before trouble starts again. Friends avoid his eyes, jobs vanish, and letters return unopened, as if the country agreed to forget the runner who disobeyed at dawn that day. Tomas keeps quiet, fearing prison, fearing truth, carrying the screams he heard, and the lives saved that now officially never happened in public records anywhere. Years pass, and children play near the old ridge, unaware a boy once ran through hell there, and paid by being erased from memory forever. Tomas hears a speech praising heroes, and feels invisible, knowing his single choice saved lives, yet broke a story leaders needed to tell people later. One night he burns his papers, medals he never got, and realizes the erasing worked, because silence is easier to keep than hard truth alive. The ridge stands quiet again, rain falling, and Tomas walks past it daily, carrying a secret no history book will ever print with his name. He understands now. Heroes are useful while quiet, dangerous when honest, and his honesty outran bullets, but not the pen that decides memory forever for nations. Old age bends his back, not his mind, and the question returns nightly. Was obeying silence worse than facing a cell after the war ended? No records change, no apologies kume, and Tomas realizes erasing him protected powerful men, not the soldiers or villagers he saved that night long ago. On his last walk he passes the ridge in silence, knowing history is not written by truth, but by what is allowed to remain there. After Tomas dies, his empty house stays locked, while officials quietly collect letters, maps, and memories, ensuring nothing remains that could question the clean story told. A young clerk finds a hidden notebook, reads about the run, the village, and saved lives, then hesitates. Knowing truth can end careers fast here. He slips the notebook back into darkness, choosing safety over honesty. And Tomas remains erased, not by enemies, but by fear wearing clean suits inside. Years later, a monument rises nearby, listing famous names, stopping just before Tomas, leaving a smooth stone gap no visitor ever notices there today, quietly. A veteran pauses near that space, frowns briefly. 10 Mobus. On taught long ago that asking questions only brings trouble. Never answers worth keeping alive. The village Tomas saved thrives quietly. Children laugh. Fields grow, yet no one knows why dawn came silent instead of burning fire that morning there. History books tell the attack failed by chance, by fog, by timing, hiding the runner whose choice broke the planned lie forever from view entirely. Some nights the wind carries distant shots in dreams, and people wake uneasy, feeling something important was buried without a grave or name forever there. Tomas's story survives only as silence, spreading through cracks, shaping choices, warning that doing right can cost more than dying loudly when power listens closely. No one fixes the record, because fixing it would break trust, reveal fear, and show the war ended with secrets still in charge behind smiles. The notebook stays hidden, paper aging, ink fading, truth shrinking each year, until even lies feel older than memory itself to those alive today now. Officials retire comfortably. Speeches fade, and the cost of silence is paid by one forgotten man who ran faster than fear ever at night alone now. The war's end promised truth, but peace preferred comfort, and Tomas learned too late that bravery has enemies wearing friendly faces. Inside offices, everywhere quietly. His name never appears, yet his absence shapes decisions, teaching future clerks when to look away and keep the machines safe from truth forever again. At dusk, the ridge stands unchanged, grass covering footprints, as if the land itself agreed to forget the runner and keep quiet. Always here now. A single choice saved lives, then erased a man, proving survival can demand silence, louder than any battlefield explosion heard during war nights ever made. The story ends without ending, just a gap where credit should be, and a warning carved into quiet years that follow everyone forever in silence. Tomas remains nowhere and everywhere, in lives saved, in lies kept, in spaces names never touch, where courage paid and memory refused to stay publicly. Silence closes over the mission, clean and complete, leaving only unease that something true was pushed too deep for history to admit later on record. This is how heroes disappear, not with lies shouted, but with quiet choices repeated until truth runs out and nobody feels responsible anymore for it. Far from medals, Tomas's legacy is absence, teaching that saving lives can break stories. Leaders need to sleep peacefully after wars end at home quietly. The arrest runner never speaks again, yet his silence keeps asking who benefits when bravery is filed away and history is left comfortable with it. Time smooths anger, not truth, and the ridge keeps watch, proving places. Remember even when people choose, forgetting because the ground saw everything first. No parade ends this tale. Only fading footsteps, and a question left unanswered inside locked files about who decided which truths were dangerous to share publicly. The war closed its books, but silence kept writing, finishing Tomas with an ending nobody signed and everyone agreed not to read again what mattered. Years later, the clerk becomes senior, teaching silence as wisdom, warning juniors that some truths break systems, and broken systems crush people, not the past. One junior asks about gaps in records, and the clerk replies softly that heroes follow orders, while mistakes run ahead and must be buried forever. The junior nods, learning fear fast, and Tomas fades further. His life reduced to a lesson about obedience told between desks, inside quiet government rooms. Outside, villagers celebrate harvests yearly, unaware their safety came from a runner believing luck saved them instead of choice made during one dangerous night. Truth shifts shape, becoming rumor, then nothing. As children hear stories cleaned of names, edgies, and blame told softly by adults protecting themselves from consequence. The ridge keeps secrets better than people, holding echoes of feet, breath, and fear, asking nothing in return while history looks the other way always. Power survives by trimming truth, leaving clean lines, smooth stones, and empty spaces where bravery once stood, and no signatures approving the cut at all. Some nights, storms sound like gunfire, and old men wake uneasy, feeling debts unpaid by silence they helped keep long after wars ended everywhere else. Tomas left no grave worth visiting, only a decision buried deep, affecting strangers who never knew his face, yet lived because he ran that night. His courage challenged order, so order erased him, proving systems defend themselves harder than they protect people when fear writes the rules behind closed doors. Every archive has ghosts, but this one breathes, waiting for someone brave enough to read without permission and accept the cost afterward without applause or thanks. Silence teaches fast lessons, and the world graduates many students who learn not to run when truth calls, but stay still to survive inside systems. Tomas's mission ended at dawn, but its shadow stretched decades, shaping choices made quietly in offices far away by people fearing disruption more than injustice. The officer who ordered silence sleeps well, remembered fondly, while the runner remains unspoken, proving legacy favors control over uncomfortable truth forever hidden behind smiles. War did not kill Tomas. Peace did, slowly, carefully, with stamps, doors, and choices made calm by people claiming good intentions for the nation alone. Each erased name strengthens the lie, making truth heavier. Are there to lived until nobody tries anymore because silence feels safer than courage inside powerful rooms. If Tomas had died, monuments might exist, but living broke the story, and that was unforgivable to those guarding narratives after war ended officially everywhere. History prefers clean endings, not runners who complicate blame. So it closed around Tomas without a sound, leaving questions alive but unwritten by design always. The village bells ring each year, celebrating peace, never knowing silence was the loudest victory paid by someone else who received no thanks ever publicly. Paper outlives people, but only what it's allowed to hold. And Tomas was deemed too dangerous for a stable ending after war. Nobody questioned officially. Some truths die not from fire, but from careful hands, choosing where light should not fall, to keep order calm and faces respected by everyone. Tomas's name remains absent, yet its absence teaches fear better than any written warning inside offices that reward obedience over conscience every single day there. No one corrects the lie now, because correcting it would admit lives were traded for comfort by leaders praised as steady after the war ended. Tomas runs forever, only in echoes, while the world stands still, choosing quiet over honesty once again because noise threatens fragile order kept by fear. The story stops here, not resolved, just muted, leaving a hollow pause where his name should be, and silence finishes the sentence without sound forever. Decades pass, and files yellow quietly. While Tomas's choice still breathes between pages, nobody opens, waiting for eyes willing to carry the weight afterward alone. A power outage darkens the archive one night, and alarms fail, leaving boxers unguarded. As if truth briefly holds its breath in darkness, unseen, the senior clerk stands alone, flashlight shaking, finding Tomas's notebook again, rereading the run, the warning, the lives, and feeling something crack inside. He imagines speaking, clearing the gap, carving the missing name. Then pictures doors closing, careers ending, and silence winning once more easily. The lights return, and with them fear, routine, and habit, and the notebook slides back where it belongs, safer to forget than disturb the past. Outside, rain falls like that old night, washing streets clean, while people sleep. Unaware history almost changed for a moment, and chose comfort again. Tomas's life remains reduced to a decision others keep deciding to hide, proving erasing someone only needs agreement, not guns or orders at all. Generations grow believing the tidy story, while unease stays unnamed, a quiet feeling that something important was missed and nobody knows what or why. The ridge listens still, grass bending, holding memory without judgment, as if waiting for a voice that never comes to claim what happened there. Silence becomes tradition, passed carefully, polished, taught, until forgetting feels normal and questioning feels strange, even dangerous. Inside calm, stable places, Tomas saved lives once, then lost his place in the world forever, showing how truth can win battles but lose peace afterward quietly. No apology arrives, no correction follows, and the machine keeps moving, powered by choices made easier by his absence from record and memory. His story leaves no lesson taught aloud, only a quiet warning hidden in empty spaces where names should have been carved into stone. History feels complete to those who read it. Unaware completion costs someone everything, and the price was paid without noise or resistance. Tomas is remembered by no one, yet carried by everyone who lived, an invisible debt never named, because naming it would break the calm. The final guard locks the archive, keys echoing, sealing truth away for another year, another decade, while silence remains trusted and rewarded. Somewhere, wind crosses the ridge, sounding like breath running hard, then stopping suddenly, as if the land itself remembers when people refuse to. There is no reveal left, only absence, heavy and plain, filling the space where a hero should stand but never will. The war ended long ago, yet this choice keeps happening, repeated quietly, proving erasing truth is easier than facing what it asks. And so the story ends without sound, leaving only the empty space where Tomas's name should be, and the silence that answers nothing. If this story made you pause, like the video, subscribe for more hidden war stories. Turn on notifications to hear the story's history forgot. Leave a comment, even one word to remember him.